Hello and welcome to Mike's Garage. If you've already subscribed to our channel, thank you very much. If you haven't, please do. And when you do, be sure and tap on the little video on the what is it? The notification bell. That's it. If you tap on the little button for the notification bell, you'll be notified every time we put up a new video. And hopefully I won't get tongue-tied on that one. And like that. Anyway, in our last video, we did this pedal, which actually looks real good, and I'm really sorry that I didn't show it before I straightened it. It was really kind of pretzeled, and I don't know how long we can trust it. Probably should replace it, but seems fine. Anyway, so now I want to try and clean up this clutch lever some. I'd like to replace it, but there isn't really any cash available for that at the moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to clean it up a little bit, and it'll be fine. So I took the derby cover off, and like that. So it's just kind of sitting here. And excuse me? Spike and why? Spike. Oh, I guess I was supposed to mention that this is Linda's bike. I don't know why, but anyway, we're just trying to help Linda out. That's right, I should explain that. This is not work, this is, I guess you could say, a trade, because Linda cleans my house and I work a little on her motorcycle whenever she has a tragedy, and in this particular tragedy, she ran over a bear. Honestly, a bear. Now, it wasn't like a 10-foot tall bear, but it was not a baby bear either. I had a picture of it in my phone. She sent it to me when she ran over the bear. She felt really bad for the bear, which so do I. Bears are cool. But there he was laying in the street. Actually, he'd been hit by a previous vehicle, car or a truck, hit that bear and hurt him real bad. She came along. It was dark. It was foggy. She didn't see it and ran over it. It was still alive when she hit it. Anyway, so her bike's been down a while, one of those money situation things and a bunch of other things, and so now we're getting it ready to go again. And so in our last video we did the shifter, and now we're going to do the clutch lever, which eventually we'll get her a new one, but for now we'll have to see if we can make this one look not so bad. Now, I really love these clips on the cable. The reason I do, not only do they do a nice job of holding that cable, they're really copies of the ones the old bikes. Pans and Knuckles came with these. And to see them on the modern bikes, I just love them. I think they're neat. I mean, a couple of these may even end up on my flathead. And let's see. So we're going to take one loose, should do it, and we can back off on the adjuster. Now, the reason for showing this as much as anything is to realize that adjusting a clutch, you know, I get in the comment section, I'm still getting questions on how to adjust a clutch. So right now we're taking the lever off for a few minutes, so it's the same as if you were getting ready to do a clutch adjustment. In other words, we want to back off on the cable sleeve, which is what we're going to do first. Okay, now there's the lock nut. And I had to pull that clamp off so I could slide this rubber cover out of the way. Okay, now get that down like that. And that makes it pretty easy to adjust the clutch. If we were just going to adjust the clutch, we would adjust it now. But we're taking the lever off first, and then we'll put it back on again. Now, let's see if I can see up in there. That light is a little bright in my face. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. Now the trick is to push it down, push the pin down, so I can get the points of the snap ring pliers. We got an airplane overhead. There we go. There it is, and we didn't even drop it. Only that wouldn't have been a me project, a we project. That would have been a me project if I dropped it. Nobody would want to take credit for it. Okay, so we take the pin out, and now we have all this slack that we put in the cable. So now it should come right out of there, like that, and slide right out of there like that. Not bad. Now we'll take the plastic pin out of here, and we now have the lever. And boy, is it ugly. So we're just going to kind of smooth it out a little bit so it doesn't look too bad. We'll take this off of here. Look at that. See, it's just made out of aluminum. So now that'll slide nice and smooth in the proper term for this bracket here is the perch. That is the clutch lever perch. So we'll make this look a little bit, well, what can I say? A little bit not so bad. And we'll replace it first chance. I had a box of levers, and I went all through that box, and I didn't have one of the right ones to fit this. This is very late model. Certainly a lot more late model than I keep in my parts room. Because new stuff you can go down and buy. The old stuff you got to hang on to. So, this is me hanging on to this. That's not so bad. I mean, it's ugly, but it's not as ugly. Doesn't look neglected or, you know, like nobody cares that it looks awful. That's not bad. It's not good, but it's not as bad. Like I said, we knocked all the high parts off so it'll function well. Let's see if we can round this edge here and make it look all kinds of cute. Now this is something you do that you're not proud of. This is something you do so you can ride, when otherwise you wouldn't be able to. Well, Mike and I'll probably pool our resources and, well, we'll see.
Yeah, she's a good rider.
Sure she is.
She sure keeps up with everybody.
Yes, she does. We were up in the mountains one time, and I was test riding my cousin's bagger. It was all snow and ice. And, you know, I'm playing slip and slide on this big bagger. And she just kept up behind me on that Sportster. Every once in a while, I'd look at her, make sure she was still there. Yeah, we're riding on ice today. Yes, indeedy. Next stop is a cup of coffee. And it was good. I didn't fall down on my cousin's bagger, and everything was good. I'll leave that to him. Okay, now, I know this is not beautiful. But you know it's not bad. It's not going to look terrible. Looks a lot better. I'm not hearing any sound from the peanut gallery, but
It's great.
well, it's
Maybe the Scotch Brite would be great.
a little Scotch Brite or a little bit of some fine sandpaper on it, and it won't look too bad. We kind of restored the shape here and there. Now, this here on the end. This here on the end is doing pretty well. You about had it with your phone, man. All right. I'm not even going to ask whose sound that is. That's somebody's sound. I do like the music, but it sounds like somebody calling you to say, we need to go out honky-tonkin' tonight. That's what that sounded like. Okay. And you gotta admit, it's better than it was.
Oh, that looks great.
I wouldn't say great, but I'd say it's
round again.
yeah, it's round. I'm a sculptor. Yeah, that's it. A sculptor. Well, I'm going to put it back on, and maybe I'll do a little more work on it later. But I'd really rather replace it. I think I took enough aluminum off it to build another lever. Let's see. Okay, now I'm getting proud of it. Now it's going. Now it's really starting to shape up. When I grow up, anyway. What do you think?
I think it looks great.
I wouldn't take it that far, but there it is. Okay, now we got to knock this off. Let's see, it's kind of a mess. Yeah, that's pretty good there. And we'll just we'll round all of this and touch it up with a little black paint when nobody's looking, Or maybe we'll hit it with some really good black marking pen, huh? What we've done here is we've shrunk the damage. Yeah, see, that right there is a step in it. Okay, see, that right there is a step. So there isn't much you can do there. I just want to be sure that the lever slides properly. And we'll make it look good. so she doesn't have to be embarrassed when she shows up anywhere. Although, she can brag about being the only one in the bunch to have run over a bear.
Did you play with a deer once?
Yeah, I slid off of one, but I didn't really like. You know, you don't damage a deer; it damages you. I mean, I did slide off of him. You know, it was.
We did race a couple one time.
Oh yeah, we did, didn't we? I was up on the way to Big Bear, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that. Couple of deer running alongside, and they wanted to race.
Sure did.
And they, you know, I don't know how they compare to other deer, but I think I was on my panhead. Yeah. Well, I don't know a deer that's quite as fast as my pan, but you know. The little deer. Okay. Now see, that does not look good, but it doesn't look neglected or, you know. Like I said, I think I can dress that with a little bit of black something, some black paint, and it'll go away. This is late model stuff, you know. I may find, maybe at the swap meet tomorrow. Okay. Let's see now. As long as this thing is off, I want to run some of this in it. You can put any kind of cable lube that you like in here, but boy, does it make them operate better. When I put a new cable on, what I usually do is hang it up the night before, and I keep juicing it with this stuff until it goes through. Let's see, I can kind of work it up and down a little bit here. Boy, it's already easier. It's much easier. Another thing you can do when the cable is off like that, you can, let's see, can we get in here? We can't. No, can't get in there. Well, we could, but I don't want to. Not that bad. Okay. But see, if you do that over a period of time, every time you service the bike, pretty soon you've got it all the way down that cable, all the way down to the primary. And man, a cable will last you, at least 5 times as long if you keep that thing lubed up like that. And of course, most people don't. And I probably will be shot for saying this, but most of the shops don't do it either. So, I strongly recommend it. And that includes dealerships too. I just don't want to take the time. Not all of them, of course. The ones that I know would never do that, but you know. Anyway, so here we go. And so, I'm going to wipe the plastic pin off of here. And oh boy. Uh-oh. I saw it go under here.
Other side. Keep going.
Can you see it?
It fell underneath the arm. Other arm. Big arm.
Under here?
Yep.
Well, there it is. Thank you very much. I better clean under there. Whew. I think Linda would probably rather clean in the garage anyway. Huh? She would. Make sure I got all the filings and stuff off of this. Yep. That's pretty good. Okay, now we'll get some grease here. Like here, and here, and here, and here, and here. And we'll put some on here. And we'll get a little more. And we'll put it on here. Let's see where it went. Okay, so now we'll put that in there like that. Put it in there real good. And I like to put a little, I know I get a little carried away here, but who knows when the next time is that these things are going to get more grease. So I just like to take care of them when I see them. Okay, now we have one more pin. Okay, so I'm going to grease that up. And I'm going to take the lever and put it in place. Like that. That cable in there and the lever right there. I may have to do this by braille, I'm afraid. There it is. Wipe all the excess grease off. Now that does look bad. Well, you know, it's what we got. So now the next thing is we're going to adjust the cable. And the way that's done is you go all the way out on this adjustment and then back in a quarter of a turn. Then this little lock goes on here. Let's see here. There it is, and it's in place. So if everybody saw that, what I did is I backed this out until I could feel resistance on it, and then you put it back in a quarter of a turn. And then this locks it in place. So now, all we need to do is adjust the cable. When we're done, I'll put that snap ring in. I guess I should do it before I forget it. Okay.
Lost it.
Well, yeah, that's what I do. Okay. And I could quite easily lose it now. But I didn't. Get that grease off of there. Here. See it okay now? All right. All right, now we'll take a 1/2 inch wrench and a 9/16 and we'll adjust this. See, there we go. Now as we adjust this cable, we can see that lever going right into place. And we'll work it a few times. Also, as you do this, the best idea is to hold the cable where it's going to be mounted when the whole thing is done. So if I hold it there now and I adjust while I'm doing it, then the adjustment means something. Otherwise, the adjustment wouldn't be accurate because I'd be moving the cable to a different location. Okay. That's pretty nice, but I want it tighter. All right, and there it is. Let me show this. If you can come the other side of me here, and you can see right in here, that's what I'm trying to show. You can see the free movement there before it starts to do anything. Okay? Okay, now let's just take this and this. Tighten that nut. Check it again. Oh, that feels great. That feels just great. Now we'll put this cover back on here. All right, there it is. And the clip. I think I got it tied up with that horn. Yeah, I did. There we go. Okay, there it is. I like it. Adjustment's good. And all we need to do is put the cover back on. Before I do it, I want to check the primary chain. And I want to remember when I put that cover on to torque it accordingly. I think it's about 100 inch-pounds per screw. And that should do it. So I'm going to do that. It looks to me like that's not that bad. I'm going to paint that black, and I don't think it'll look that bad at all. And Linda will be back on her bike, which is really what's important. So we'll get that done, and then we'll go on to the next thing. So until then, I'll see you out on the road.